Yes.
There would be no motor mouth. Okay, and yeah, we've changed and we've grown. I don't know if grown's the right word. We've kind of, it's more like ooze, the creep.
Seeped.
But seeped, yeah, that's a good word. Where's the mop when you need it? But basically, this is the man who lit it all off. What was that, like
2002?
Marilyn.
Yeah, 2002.
The more things I ask you, the older I feel. My God, yeah. That's right.
I remember when your son would come here. He was a kid.
That's right. You would have to prop him up on the.
He was a kid
on the tall chairs over there. Yeah. Now he drives himself. And,
oh boy, that's frightening.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's when it was. Brief history. 2002. I did the show with a gentleman. His name was Tony Trincilla. He and I did the show, and then he had to drop out, and I did the show alone, which was torture. Then I met the Bronc, and if it wasn't for the Bronc, who he put a shot in the arm in the show, and that went for a couple of years.
That wasn't your arm.
and then we had Mikey T jump in. Was the
you failed biology?
Then we had Mikey T, and then we brought Ray in, and it was the four of us for a while, and that was basically a free for all. That was not the free for all that Rob.
That was a Rob's free for all. That was
free for all. Yeah, and then Mike and the Bronc dropped out. The Bronc retired, and Mike, I think he just changed careers. So it was Ray and I, and we didn't know what we were going to do with each other with when we started to go back and forth, and we found our own. We seeked our own level. What I've realized about Ray, and this is something that I found very interesting about your co-host, the man is an avid researcher.
Yes,
avid researcher, and it used to drive me crazy. Because Ray would research something to the death. Like, why did this part break? And he would sit there and try to figure it out. Well, was this tang? And was this? And the metal tincture? And the plastic? And this didn't hold up. Blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, change the part. Let's go. What is wrong with you? Just don't. Who cares why it broke? It broke. Let's go. So I realized this could play to our advantage. So when Ray would diagnose a problem, he was rarely wrong, mind you, he was rarely wrong, but whenever he diagnosed a problem...
He's a true Renaissance man, that guy.
It was my job, Joseph, to sit here and go, come on. It was my job to do that. That's what I did. It was my job. And Ray would get like berserk. No, this is what they're going to do. And I would just be like, come on.
I would sit there and listen to you guys for hours go... I really wish there was a camera in the studio because I'd really like to see when Ray went to bean you with some of that stuff.
He did. He used to.
That ringing pinion must have really hurt that time.
He would throw things at me. He would get so twisted. But here's the funny thing, because now it's like there are two men on the mountain. See, there was just one man on the mountain. Now there's two. So when you both have to sit there and deduce and cogitate and figure out what you guys are trying to solve, I'm sitting there and going, from my desk at home, I'm sitting there going, come on.
Was that little... you know how your ears burn? I just thought they forgot to wipe off the headphones that time. But no, okay, now I understand.
I'm like, isn't anybody just saying, just swap out the water pump and let's fill the thing with antifreeze. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Who cares why the oil light went and kind of ovalized? Who cares? Just put a new one in. Let's go.
Well, there's some of us that are just a little bit obsessive, and I am part of that, which is one reason why Ray and I get along so well.
Oh,
is because we'll both sit there and obsess the living crap out of
That's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, I want you to know something. There are times that when Ray and I work on a car together, like say in one of our respective places,
right,
and we're at like kind of an impasse as to what to do. Mm-hmm. You know what we'll do?
What?
Should we Swizz this?
I'm afraid to ask what that is.
We pull out a credit card. We pull out a credit card. Should we go to the store and Swizz this?
Throw money at it. Throw money at it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, no, because we can. The two of us together can research something like square into the ground.
And mind you, I really do feel that between the both of you, you can both, I'd say, diagnose almost anything. I really do feel that way.
Either that or intimidate the living crap out of you.
It's the truth. It is the truth. It really is funny because when I see you walk up to a car, and I've seen you do this, you go into the rolling toolbox, and you usually pull out this case that's usually red and glowing. It's like Pulp Fiction. You pop the case and there's this glowing thing in there. Everybody goes, ooh. And you pull out this like Etch-a-Sketch looking thing with the knobs. And now you're touching and you plug. Well, first you got to plug it in. You got to violate it. You plug it in.
Oh, and that's half the fun.
And now you're clicking and dialing, and the car's going. The car is twitching.
Bi-directional control.
You start shutting things off. Watch me shut this off. And the car goes. The car gets like paralyzed on one side. I'm hysterical. I'm like, look at this man. You command the vehicle, but like you walk up to it like Clint Eastwood, like. Well, the guns are drawn.
You can't let the car scare you. It's a piece of metal. You can't let the car beat you.
It's like I'm watching a spaghetti western, for crying out loud, right in the parking lot.
Yeah, well, you can't let the car beat you. Number one.
Well, yeah.
that's the main thing. You've
both proven that.
Yeah, I know. It might get you down a couple times, but you always got to get up for the final round.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just the way that stuff goes. And actually, you forgot the part about me about talk. I talk to myself.
You do. Yes, you do. You do talk to yourself.
I drove this guy at his shop in Bayside crazy yesterday. I was trying to find out why the AC on this Ford Edge wouldn't come on.
Right.
And I'm walking through and I'm like, oh, okay, look at that. Your AC pressure sensor is good. He's like, would you shut up? I'm trying to bang a ball joint here. I can't hear myself think. He's on the next lift. He's on the lift next to me. He's doing something involving a crowbar. I'm like, well, let's see. The pressure's not sufficient. Oh, there's a fault in the AC control circuit. No.
You're talking to the Etch-a-Sketch. Huh?
Yes. The Etch-a-Sketch. Yeah. And we have many Etch-a-Sketches. We have black ones. We have red ones. There's all different ones.
I got it.
That's why. If there was one scan tool that did it all, I'd just be still driving the Cavalier.
Right, it's true.
But no, I mean, it just got to the point where I just got to start carrying, I wish I could tow my house behind me sometimes. Because there are days where I have to decide what tools I'm going to put in the toolbox.
Yeah,
other tools have to come out.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Because if it's going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to do this kind of car today, I'm going to need this tool, but I'm not going to need that one there for the old Chevys, but I will need the one that does old Japanese cars or whatever the case may be.
And they all need to be upgraded as well. It's not like you just buy one and it'll do the cars.
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
The tool companies, the tool trucks, or whatever, they're as good as any drug dealer I ever met as far as that goes. It's like, here, take this. You're gonna like this. Here, you can have it. Here, you can have it just for. But you're gonna like this. And then, 6 months or a year later, it's like, yeah, okay, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
You need it.
You need it now. The cars have updated.
Yeah, fork it over.
Yeah, cars have updated.
Yeah,
we're now OBD 6.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. We got to talk about that was a question that came out with the Bronk had spoken about a Ford T-Bird that supposedly had an OBD1 connector, even though it was a 96, so technically it would have been OBD2 car.
Okay.
Basically, there are some cars that were made. Someone asked about this through our various multimedia communications there about this, and pretty much OBD. Let me start by saying this: OBD2.
Okay.
The plug is there's one type of plug, like any scan tools should be able to plug into it, at least get generic stuff, and it has to be, the rule is it has to be someplace where a technician squatting down should be able to see it easily. Okay, which
or rolling or laying down on the ground or whatever.
Right, yeah, and I was like, well, some of these people who squat must take yoga. Yes, because I'm like, because it's this like little black plug in the sea of black, or like around 900 other wires or whatever.
Sure.
And it's not that easy to find. And of course, there are exceptions to the rule. Volvo, they put it in the console.
Okay.
For a few years, right. And that was fun because when you would get down there and you're looking around or whatever, there was a little decal that said
under the dash.
Yes, there's a sign. It was like one of the Bugs Bunny cartoons. It's like, go look here.
Right, with an arrow.
Right, exactly. I'm not kidding. And then there was, and then there's Honda.
Yeah.
Honda was like, they had the decal too, because they had it on the other side of the console
Under
for a while.
the glove box?
No, actually, like kind of if you were the passenger, it would be by your left foot.
Oh, okay.
And other times it would be like under the ashtray and under the glove compartment or whatever. And you know what that sticker said? I got your plug right over here. You want that plug? You think you're going to probe me with that thing? I got your plug right over here.
Right here.
Yeah, so as far as that goes, OBD2, if you got yourself a flashlight,
right.
You know what I mean? You should be able to find it on anything built in, say, about the last 15 years or so.
Right.
If you have OBD1, it's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, I believe it.
Right. Now, GM stuck, as a matter of fact, I think they took the idea for where to put the plug from GM because it was always someplace pretty acceptable.
Right.
And then, but Ford, it was like they kind of put it in this little plastic housing, usually by one of the hood hinges.
Yeah.
Chrysler kind of sort of did the same thing.
I remember when it was under the hood.
And going back to my friend's Volvo, they used to have this little box that you take it off and there was a peg.
Oh.
And you would actually have to move the peg around. What the hell was that game? When you would pop the thing and the number would come up.
What was it, like a pinball machine?
Yeah. You would have to put the peg in different things to find out, in different holes to find out different things.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, what, are you kidding me with this? I swear, it's like IKEA instructions.
All righty, we're gonna hawk some stuff here.
Oh, we're going to hawk?
Yes. Please.
Well, you go get the broom because we got to clean up the guano then.
90.3 WHPC has a ton of fantastic programming, just like Alternative Hour, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. It's a show that focuses on music that isn't branded specifically to a genre or artist, but to an idea. That's right. Something an artist attempted that was innovative, original, or different than what gets onto the top 40 charts. What's wrong with top 40?
What is that, Shakespeare? I love the way you did that. I love your delivery.
Because that's what they wanted to do as an artist. That's what it says here.
You agree? You can still read copy with the best of them, I gotta say.
Thank you so much. It's hosted by Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem.
He goes by Drew now.
Oh, okay, because I was saying if you look in the phone book, you'll see Diem Carpe. Okay.
And just to conclude today's Latin lesson.
Right.
Right.
Drew Diem Carpe.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we're on video because, like, if you would have pulled out the toga, I would have left. I would have had to leave.
Forsooth, young Joseph. He was a good man, that Joseph.
Oh, yeah. Now I got to go find the skull.
I get your skull. You want a skull? I get your skull.
I got one under. It's pretty thick, too.
I think Ray's got one hanging from the
It's a copper that's toast,
Well, this was a joy.
Yes, it was.
We got about 2 minutes left.
Yeah, this is the usually part where I would go, "Hey, Ray, what do we got going on next?" Have you ever noticed that I call during that segment? I usually call him Ray.
You do. I must admit, there's a very small list of people that do such things because I know how he gets a little twitch whenever you say that. So.
I know he does,
but I do it too.
I do it because I want folks. I want you to know that this guy is still with us in spirit all the time.
Thank you.
Because without this guy, there'd be no Motormouth.
Well, thank you. I do listen, and I
some of that goofy crap that I say, I would never let it out of my mouth if this guy hadn't taught me that it's okay.
This is truly just last bit before we wrap this up. This is what I always felt about doing a radio show, doing a talk program, because you can listen to a talk program and it can mind numb you. I mean, this mind numbs you in a very different way, but I always wanted the listener to go, what the heck did they say? Like, that's what I always wanted. I always wanted the listener to go, what was that? What was that?
Yeah, too bad there's no rewind button. Wait a minute, I got to catch that. You ever find yourself doing that on TV?
Yeah.
Did that guy just say that?
Just say that? What was that?
Did that guy just scratch when I just let him scratch?
Yeah, well, now, it's true. Now you can. Unfortunately, I'm still old school. But
yeah, that's all right.
All righty, Joseph.
Chris, thank you so much for bailing my butt out because I cannot slide the slidey things and spin the spinning things.
Well,
I'm not, and you just brightened up, I think, a lot of people's day by showing up. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. And for Ray Guarino, I'm Chris Switzer. This is Motormouth Radio. Kimmy's on the way, coming up.
Yeah,
Stick
Kimmy.
around for Thunder Road.
All right, guys.
Talk soon. Bye.
See ya. Bye.